Having a director friend.
Not a problem there. Hello. Someone say hello.
Hello.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Sorry for the tardiness. Just had to sign in. The wonders of the internet, you know. Hey, Sharon.
You got my message.
I did.
Okay. Just want to make sure you were okay.
Yes. I appreciate that. I do. I really do. All right. Very cool. Hey, Sherry Lynn.
Hello, David.
Yes, hello, David.
How are you doing?
Good, good.
Hello,
Good.
David.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good.
And you?
I'm doing better now.
Awesome. Good to hear that.
Good.
Hello, David.
Hey.
Hello, David.
Hey. Hey, Kai Brown.
I'm in a
Hi,
Starbucks.
David.
How you doing, Cuz Dave?
Good. I'm all right. Hey, Amy Morgan.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. It's going good.
All right, coach.
Yes. So today, don't forget Q&A, which you already started. And otherwise, put yourself on mute, background noise stuff. And then feel free to raise your hand. I still got Kentucky on my mind. All right. All right. Very cool. So today we're going to talk about, it's a heavy one, but not really. We're going to make it fun, okay? There is such a thing as, it's called rejection and how to deal with it, okay? The word deal is like cards. So you have a choice, right? You have your hand, that you're holding, and then you lay down cards, or, but you have to breathe, okay? Anybody ever play cards here before?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
There you go. See, same idea. So one moment here. And here, I'm looking this up, just a minute. Oh. Anyway, so I am sure that everyone at one time or another in their life, whether they are a seasoned actor or just beginning in life, okay, put it that way, there's such a thing as rejection. And rejection doesn't feel good, does it?
No.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't, But today, how to handle rejection and criticism in the industry. So I want to tell you right now, there's the word rejection, and it has a connotation that's negative, I've been rejected. Oh, no. Okay. Rejection is called redirection. You go, oh, move on to the next one. Move on to the next one. Okay. And I understand you're going to feel it because you're a human being. Okay. Not just a human doing. Okay. Rejection comes with the territory of life. Okay. But here's a beautiful thing about rejection in this business, if there can be one, and there is that we could you pull that down? Yeah, I don't know. We learn from rejection. Okay. It's basically this. It's not that you didn't do well, and we're going to dive more into this, but that's fine. It's not that you didn't do well. It's that you did different.
Bluetooth pairing.
No, it's so dark.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Woohoo.
There you go.
Oh, that's great. It doesn't work. Oh, that's beautiful.
Watch out.
Hang on.
All right.
Hang on.
It was funny tonight.
I'm sorry.
My power was out and I lit my candle.
Yeah, I
And then
know.
the power came on.
I'll pull another light.
Anyway, I'm still here. Trust me. Okay. Anyway, so rejection, I feel that's rejected because there's no light. How dare they? Huh. But, this is live. But rejection is, hey, you did well. But, yes. Please.
There he is.
All right. You did well, but what? But we've chosen another person. Or we found someone else for the role. Now I want to tell you something, okay? In life, you have what they call a type. I'm a type. You're a type. Everybody's a type, okay? Don't go and stereotype. Don't even go there, okay? Because if you're stereotyped, that just means that you are doing well and people know you for what you can do, okay? But rejection. Now here's a beautiful next word. We're just getting into this, okay? The beautiful next word is, well, I'll give you the bad word first. Is criticism.
Oh yeah.
Now, when you criticize or you're criticized, that's negative too.
Yep.
You're criticizing. You stink. Get off the set. You're never going to be in this room. No, go. No, that's not. It's okay. Like Sharon just said, sometimes you are not a good fit for the role, and that's the way it is. People who are dating here, okay, you're either accepted or rejected, and either one, okay. Now here's a beautiful word, the connotation, not connotation, David, the antonym of criticism, critique.
Right.
Anybody know the word critique and what it means?
Yes.
What does it mean? Spit it out there. Being
To take note of.
Yeah, you take notice. Okay. It's like, I don't know if you're into museums, I am, but you have that. You have museums, you go in and you critique something. Okay. And it's an education. It really is. When you critique people, and here's how you critique. I want you to get this as an actor, actress, performer, singer, dancer, comedian, whatever you're doing, whatever you're going for is this. How would they fit into this role? How am I going to fit into this role? How I'm not going to fit into this role? When a casting director says, you're not quite right for the role, but, and I've had this happen, but, well, I think you're good for another role. Would you be willing to accept that? Okay. So you were redirected with critique. You were redirected with critiquing. And I want you to, if you have the ability to write that down, I want you to do it. Okay. Or just remember it. Okay. You are redirected and critiqued. I'm telling you, I'll say it 3 times for emphasis. I'm telling you, if you allow yourself the grace of being critiqued and redirected, you're going to walk away. I don't care whether you get the role or not. You're going to walk away with self-awareness, like I talked about earlier in another workshop a week ago or something. You're going to walk away with more self-awareness and less self-consciousness. These 2 words, telling you, these 2 words will change the way you look at yourself and the way there is. I have a student of mine. He's been with me for less than 2 months. Okay. And he's already in 2 films because because I taught him there's consistency and discipline, and there's no criticism. There's critiquing. That's an artistic word. Look it up. Okay. And there is redirection. Therefore, you're always good. This is how you can do better. Okay. You're good. This is how you can do better. Okay. Amy Morgan said, even the greats get turned down. Absolutely. 100%. Amy Morgan, can you name anybody that's been turned down and then they're, accepted?
Turned down and accepted.
Yeah. Famous name, if you got one.
I know that Matthew McConaughey was turned down for Titanic.
Are you? Oh, I did not even know he went out for it.
Yeah, he did. Which, yeah, I was like, oh, wow. So I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah.
And then I know that he was, I can't think of the film that he ended up taking, but gosh, what was that? But yeah, no, he's a
That
great,
sounds
and he was
original, huh?
redirected, you know?
Okay. You picture him now that the cards have been laid down since 1997, right? Okay, can you picture him? Rose, everything's gonna be all right, all right. Okay, that wouldn't fly. Okay, he he wouldn't, but
May I?
instead it was Leo. Okay, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Now, how do you know? Now, listen to this. Here's another thing. Okay, how do you know whether or not you're going to be cast into something?
They tell you?
Huh.
Yes, they tell you. Okay, and so when you go to be when you go to an audition or however it works, okay, there's three types of auditions. There is in person, which is the best actually. There is Zoom, and there is live Zoom. Okay, when I say Zoom, I mean recorded. A lot of times you send in a recording. Okay, but either way, it's a given. They're either going to accept you or they will reject you.
Right.
You have no control over whether a person will like you or not.
Hello?
You have no control. And that's okay that you have no control. Because you know why? That's freedom.
Exactly.
What do you mean exactly? Who said that?
Me.
Okay, me.
Me. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Why did you say that, Dee?
Well, they can, if you fit the part, they know what they're looking for. So if you do, that if they do choose you, that's great. But
Yeah.
you just go on to the next one whenever they suggest.
Exactly.
Can I say something?
Yes,
David,
go ahead. Oh, yes.
greetings, first off.
Hey, you.
Hey, you. I just want to say something about getting a role. Now,
Go ahead, please.
this is from my experience.
Yeah.
I got rostered for a film
Okay.
in a lead. That was my first lead in the film. I don't know. I think you might have seen the one who I adore. I got asked to do that. And then after I said yes, I'd do it because it was a controversial role, I was asked to join in the, let's say, acceptance of my co-star.
Okay.
Okay, so I was on a Zoom, and this is fairly early. This is only a couple of years ago. But anyway, so I was asked to read the lines with these two girls that were going for the other role.
Okay.
So the first one I did, and she looked like, just picture it, she looked like a Cupid doll. Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
All right. Like a Betty Boop or something like that. That was not really, but I mean, just the first impression.
Sure.
Okay. So I did the lines with her, and then they put her in the back room or whatever it's called. And they said, well, what did you think? And I says, well, I can't. No, pardon me. Then they did the second one. Then they put them both in the back room.
Okay.
And they said, now, what did you think of the first one? I said, well, to tell you the truth, I can't tell you because they both looked the same. And I was concerned about my lines. Now, that's the important part to me. Okay. I was concerned because it was my first read with them too. Okay. So that's a new ball game for me. And then they said, well, what do you think? Number one, I can't tell you because I was thinking about my lives. And then they said, what do you think of number two? I said, well, I felt that I got along better with her. It seemed to be a better rapport.
Okay.
But I can't tell you because of my feelings for the first one. Anyway,
Tough.
to get down to the bottom line, both of these girls were so exact. The same, they looked like clones. They didn't look like twins. They looked like clones. Okay, we all have them. But I'll tell you, the only difference was, Hey, she had a tongue earring. That's the only difference I could see.
Okay, you're observant. You observed and found the difference.
Yeah.
I like that.
Turned out the one that had the earring in her tongue, I guess you would call it a tonguing,
Right.
was she was the better one. And it turned out I found out later that she was a very experienced Canadian actress. So
Okay.
yeah, I just
That's
wanted
cool.
to share that with everybody because you could go for I went for an audition a couple of weeks ago for a big time commercial.
Okay.
That would have been money, 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 money. I like money, 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 money. And
Right.
with the buyout and everything for 3 days work, and the wardrobe, and then
Sure.
2 days on set, it would have been a huge amount. But
Right.
I was in the room, the callback, and there was 100 guys that looked like me. So that's rejection. It's not rejection, it's selection too.
So, that's a good one. I never thought of that. It's not rejection, it's redirection, and it's selection.
Right.
Yeah.
See how you can mess with your brain and make yourself feel better just by words?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you another thing that Robert mentioned, okay? Never thought of it, is an audition is like an interview. I bet you dimes to donuts people here have been on more than one interview when it comes to jobs. Okay? It's the same
Definitely.
thing. Oh, shoot, didn't get it. Okay, move on to the next one. Move on to the next one. Here's an easy way of moving on to the next audition. Check your 9-9 history. Hello. Check your 9-9 history. Don't be lazy because no one is going to. You got to blame yourself if you're lazy.
That's
Or
true.
no time. Of course you have time. You're here for one thing. Okay. Check your 9-9 history. See which ones fit your type. I'm a type. You're a type. Everybody's a type. Okay. It's not a bad thing. That's how you identify with people. Okay. Amy Morgan said this. I got to read this. Corey Feldman, I remember him, got turned down by Steven Spielberg for E.T. I remember this. But he hired him for Goonies and Gremlins, a great example of redirection. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So, the difference between Corey Feldman, or you pick a name, and yourself, your name, you're a different person. That's all you are. That's all you are is different. Okay. It doesn't mean that you're not talented or have the abilities. He had the ability. Okay. How do you gain ability? You learn. Okay. That's why I coach. Okay. I'm an active actor. I work as an actor too. Going to be in a film shortly, but you act and then you're directed by the director because you can't see yourself. This is really basic stuff. I don't know what everybody's, whatever level. I know some of your levels in this industry. Okay. Some are just starting out. Some are more seasoned than us. This is why these coaching sessions are so important. Me and the other coaches at 9-9. You need to connect with the life source. Okay. Not being etherical, but someone that knows more than you. I may or may not know more than you. Okay. I know some things, things that I don't. And then I lean towards other people that know more than me. There's no room for ego. I'm not saying don't feel bad. I'm just saying realize that you're being directed and critiqued, not rejected and criticized. Okay. And stay away from bozo the clowns, people that don't know what they're talking about on Facebook or social media. Because, either people are just like a fly, Okay. Keep your, thank you. Yeah. Watch the background noise. Okay. People just spew things out or they have something to say. Okay.
I absolutely believe that knowledge is power. And do your homework.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
keep
now
your
it's-
resume up to date, boys and girls, because
It's
that
13.
is what they look at.
That's true too. That's what they look at. And if you perchance have, and I can help I help people with that too. If you have an acting reel, that's a plus. Okay. If you don't have an acting reel, but David, I don't have an acting reel. I don't even have any credits to put on my acting reel. That's okay. I help people to develop an acting reel so they have something to show. Okay. And then they go from there. One of my students have walked on the red carpet in Hollywood. So, and he started out not knowing nothing. He's really good too. Really is. Yeah, Ryan said selection. I love it. Brilliant. I agree. Selection. When you go, okay, did you know you guys are direct yourself each day by habit or on purpose?
Yes.
Yeah. You direct yourself. What shall I have for breakfast? What shall I make for lunch? What shall I make for dinner? Okay. What shall I not?
Or what
What-
do I do today?
Exactly. Exactly.
Have a plan.
Right. Thank you very much. Have a plan. Okay. Actors, actresses, people.
No.
If you don't have a plan, life will plan for you. And it's usually pretty dull. It's usually, you accept what you get and that's all there is. But
Disagree.
you've got to, put your foot down and say, this is what I'm going to do today. Number 1, 2, 3. I don't know about you, but I don't get a whole lot done unless I write it down or ask my wife
A
to write it
schedule.
down. Because I don't know, and I get so, and this is a thing about being an actor, actress, creative person like you all, okay, is that we get in our head and in our heart, which is good, and we create. But there's a side where it's called business, and you've got to take your show, which is good, and you create and you learn and you understand more and more and you study, okay, and then you change it into a business. Your business is then to show off what you are doing. Some people here remember this in school. There's used to be, for me anyway, on a Wednesday morning or maybe afternoon, in school, there used to be a thing called show and tell.
Yes.
So we would bring stuff in. We would bring our pet in if that was allowed, or a toy or something. And I'll tell you what, 2020 hindsight is that kind of broke the ice about presenting yourself. It gave you confidence, right? And people, and you would show and you would tell. This is no different. Auditions are show and tell. You got to study just to have something to show. You're not going to be perfect. Perfect is dull unless you're God, and there's only one. Okay.
True.
But your imperfections are the jewels that you provide and you show off through a character. We're all inconsistent. We're all quirky. We all make mistakes. We all have to learn. Okay. But that's the beauty of characters. How many characters? You pick the worst character. I'll go comical. Okay. Twins with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay. All right. Sorry. All right. There's
Love those guys.
There's
Yeah.
one scene when Arnold
That's right.
Schwarzenegger is holding a suitcase in his short pants, and this guy tries to steal and mug him and steal the suitcase. So he rides up on his motorcycle or scooter, tries to take it, and he can't get it out of his hand, and so he falls backwards. Okay, that's hilarious, and he fall down, and it's like it's hilarious. Okay, but my point is that guy failed. He was supposed to fail. Okay, it's fun to play characters that are like you and are not. I'm telling you, there's other things I want to tell you. Write to me, okay, and you'll get a copy of this. It's recorded from 99. But write to me. There's a thing that we do every day of our lives. Think about this. Remember, I said there is criticism and rejection, but there's also critiquing and redirection, or selection, like Robert said. There's also two other things that we do subconsciously out of habit. We compare and contrast. I'm trying to give you things today. I am giving you things today too that you hold on to, and you're going to grow as an actor because of it and get more roles. But you have to study. You have to apply yourself. There's compare and contrast. Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a character. Okay. I don't know, Johnny Depp in Barber of Fleet Street, whatever that movie was called in 2009. Okay. All right. Big
Sweeney
time.
Todd.
What's that?
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd. I don't know why that movie terrifies me and I can't remember the name. Subconscious a thing with me. But there's one, okay, how can I relate? And you pick your own person, okay? But how can I relate to his character? Well, number one, I don't eat people and I don't make them into burgers, okay? And I don't kill people. Well, that's a contrast, okay? The comparison, the man is frustrated and he's lost a lot in his life and things were stolen from him. I can relate. That's compare. See? And if you do that, listen, if you do that with a character and you're accurate about it, you choose how it goes. And you go and you say you go to your audition and you try out. I 95% guarantee you that they are going to find something worthy of their time within your audition. Okay. You don't know what they're looking for. That's okay. You never will until they say, can you come back tomorrow? Hey, we like you. Okay. One of my students just got a role today and we're traveling and he sent me, hey, I got the role of, I forgot the name of the character.
Joe.
What?
Joe.
Is it Joe?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He got the role of Joe and it's in a feature film. I said, wow, that's amazing. So he's going to talk to me tomorrow about it more, but so he has, guess what he has to do now with my help and the help of his family, he has to prepare. Success is when preparation meets opportunity. So you have to prepare. You're always the middle finger, excuse me. I'm always the middle finger, but you're always in the middle between success and opportunity. You got to prepare. And that way you can say, Adrian, I did it. Okay. Then you win. Okay. Eventually you're going to win. I don't care. Sharon, eventually
Yes,
you win, right?
you do. You have to prepare. You have to do your research.
Yes. Listen to what she said. You got to prepare. You got to do your research. And that doesn't mean that means just what it says. It's work. Okay. It is.
Right.
It's
Mackie,
the job of love.
I'm glad that's a good altitude. I like that. That's very good. Mackie sticks, but a character should be able to good and bad character. Yeah, good or bad characters. There are good characters and there are bad characters. Now, if you're talking about evil or Dudley Do Right, then okay, I get it. But some characters are good. Some characters you're going to be able to play. Some characters you don't want to play because of various reasons. They cross your moral code or something. Or don't go out for roles just because they're roles. Now it's different if you do background extras. Because background you learn so much. You start to meet people. I mean, that is a great thing to do. Seriously, whether you get paid or not, okay, you build up your resume. More importantly, though, you build up your knowledge of the business. Yes, I've been on a set before. I've been on 3 sets. What did you do? Well, I had one line, but the other 2 were extras or whatever. Let me try to answer all these.
Can I ask
Tracy,
a question?
Absolutely, iPhone.
Yeah, I didn't put my name in it. My name is Mark.
All right, Mark.
Do you, with everybody on here that's had experience, do you find that sometimes a lot of your life experiences that you've had in your real life help guide you to certain roles and help it make it easier for you in certain roles?
I would say yes, but I want to hear someone else that has a different viewpoint. Sharon, what would you say to that?
Well, yes, it worked for me when I worked on Zero Day because my experience as a paralegal helped me when I was working as a featured background as a congresswoman. You came in dressed with your briefcase, you spoke when you were spoken to, and the rest was improv. So that
Okay.
kind of worked for me.
Yeah, that's very true. That's part of the reason I was hoping you were going to mention paralegal.
Yes, that's what I
yeah.
was, a paralegal.
Right. You present your best, not just, you're not playing a character. This is a thing. Think about this, Mark, and everybody,
Yeah,
self included. You're not just playing a character or mimicking words. Oh, I'm so angry. No, you're not. Okay. What you're doing is you're representing, like you work for a company, okay? And you're representing that company with your time, your energy, and your sacrifice of both, okay? And then you present yourself the best way. Now, how do you know a company? Well, you read, you study, you research it. You know the president and the vice president, you know the managers. After a while, you get to know a lot of people in the business. Whether you've met them or not, that's another story. But if someone would ask you, so you work at this corporation? Yes, I do. Well, tell me about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can tell them right off the top of your head. Why? Because you have spent the time to do it. A character is no different.
Okay.
It would be the same thing if
you got to be yourself.
Yep.
That's true. Absolutely, Robert. Absolutely. Yourself is the best thing you can bring to any audition.
Authenticity. That's all. That's
Yeah.
what counts.
Be your
Because anything else, you're not showing them what they're looking for. They're looking for the person that can be authentic. They don't want you to be an actor, do they?
Right, right.
That's
Be-
wild. Just
Just be yourself.
And Mark, I'd like to interject. I'm brand new, like you. I've only been in 2 films as extras, but this last one they asked me to be speaking, and they asked me beforehand if I could sing. So I told them yes. So when I got in there as the extra, what I did was I sang my part.
Wow.
So I was being
that
myself.
is so cool.
Amazing.
That makes you a principal when you're speaking.
Congratulations.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
Congratulations.
That's terrific.
You stepped out of your comfort zone, it sounds like, and just did it.
Yep.
See, one of the things we have to remember as human beings, okay? I always say this, it's deep, but it's true. Acting is life. Life is acting. We have a 9 months, I'll just put it that way, 9 months gestation period, okay? We know that in 9 months, maybe a little bit less, a baby is born. There you are, okay? From the moment of birth till we transition, okay, from this earth, that's an unknown number. That's why I put a line through the birth and death date. But you might as well do something, because if you don't do something, someone else is going to do something, and you're going to say, wish I could have did that. Well, you could have. Well, David, I'm too busy. No, you're not. You're not too busy. You're here. Don't make excuses for yourself. Freya, that's amazing. I'm proud of you. That's amazing. I love stories like that.
We all do. It's inspiration to everyone.
Yeah, seriously. Now, Freya, I got to ask you, now that you mentioned that, are you a singer? Do you sing? What is your history in the realm of singing?
I sing. I used to sing my church choir, but now I just sing for whoever wants me to sing.
Oh, I love
that. Sing in the community, but I do sing for my family.
Oh,
that's very cool.
That is cool.
My wife, Amy, is a singer, and she's a vocal coach as well, so I can appreciate that.
Sing me some Etta James. Come on, baby.
Yeah, no, that's a beautiful thing. I love it. And here's another thing. I know I've given you like antonyms and synonyms for different words. And if you write to me, and I'll send them to you, but actingcoachdavid@gmail.com. But learning, don't beat yourself over the head if you believe that, because sometimes we just do. I could have did better. I could have did this and that. I could have, would have, should have. Okay. If you live that way, you're going to should have all over yourself, and that's not good. Okay. You keep trying and you keep learning and you keep going. Okay. Don't be hard on yourself. The world's not hard enough on us as it is. Embrace your strengths. I don't know what you've heard in your lifetime, but your weaknesses do not need attention. If you're not good at singing or dancing or, I don't know, juggling, there's a lot, then focus on your strengths. And if you want to bring something into your strengths that once was a weakness, work on that. But don't focus only on your weaknesses. That is so exhausting. And you feel bad about yourself. Don't do that. Bad. Mackie Stick says rejection can make a person strive harder. True. That's a good. Okay. Jim Carrey. If you ain't desperate, nothing's going to happen. Okay. Now he's not talking about desperate as, okay, not like that. Desperate to do better. Desperate to, hey, I'm going to nail my dream. I'm going to get it. And I'm going to keep trying until I do.
And then he could move out of his car.
I remember that. That's very true. But yeah, it's, and here's the thing. Everybody here, including myself, has failed one time or another, but failure is just learning. Gee, how did I do? Well, you did very well. We found another a person for the role. Okay. If you want, I don't know what's on your agenda or what's going to go from here, but number one, I appreciate you very much, whether this be in person or by email or whatever. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Please keep me in mind. You have to tell people what you want, because if you don't tell people what you want, they can't read your mind. They can't read your mind. Christian Barahana, I hope I pronounced that right. Unless you don't know what the day's plan, life will be like a Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Okay. And you don't, but you can plan for it. You can plan, you can do it, you can check it, and then you can adjust it. That's called improvement. And then you implement it again. It's a 5-finger thing. Robert and Aaron, you have your hand up, sir. Or do you? Robert? Paging?
Yes, I do. Thank you. Oh, sorry, David. I'm having issues with my system. I can't get through.
And what are you going to do? What are you going to do about that?
What am I going to do about that? Well, I'm going to call the other 100 people that haven't come to help me set up my studio.
All right.
Recording.
You need to do a Barbara Streisand. People who need people. Okay.
Yeah. All I really need is myself.
Well, that's kind of.
And then I don't care.
But I know you're kidding. You should really do stand up. I've told you that so many times.
I love you guys. 9-9. You wait. You're on my book.
All right. Let me answer a question. I hope. Latasha has her hand up. Latasha, you there? Latasha. Latasha, you there? No? Okay. All right. That's connection problems. But yeah, now originally what I was saying today is this. Wow, time's flying. Originally what I wanted to say is that whenever, and feel free to write this stuff down or write to me and I'll send it to you, but you have choices in life. You can actually make choices in life. Okay. And if you don't make choices in life, specifically, it will choose for you. It meaning life. Okay. Which is, anybody's guess. All right. Well, you gotta deal with the cards you're dealt. Excuse me. I said in the beginning, anybody ever play cards? You notice how in cards, most games, you put one card down, pull the other one up. Hello. Then you have a different hand. Okay. So don't fall for that cliche garbage. Okay. Christian says, I've always believed that unless you show that you're really hungry for success, you'll achieve it. No matter if the obstacles are in your way. Obstacles are opportunities in disguise.
Amen.
It's like an oyster, okay? In an oyster, if you know anything about oysters, once in a while, you have a pearl.
Mm-hmm.
That pearl develops out of irritation within the oyster. You look it up. If you look at an obstacle, usually, I'm going to tell you something, be honest, okay? Most of the time, obstacles are stuff we blow up. I feel so terrible today. Have you eaten? Well, no, and I got to work. Well, no, you need protein, and that's why you're a crab apple, okay? Or you don't go for the walk in the morning, or you skip lunch, or whatever. Most.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Okay, keep background to a minimum, please.
60 tips.
Okay, one moment. Where is it? Just a moment. But usually, that's the case. Step back like a director. You're the director of your own life, believe it or not. Okay? You step back and you say, am I making too much of this? Is there something really wrong with this relationship or this business or am I just copping out? Am I afraid? It's okay to be afraid. It's an emotion. But you have to identify it. If you don't identify an emotion, it'll run its gamut on you and you'll just be floored by it. Okay? Seriously. Tracy said this. Listen to this, Sharon. I am also a paralegal with a master's degree. I have worked for individuals, but in a law firm. I need to learn how to sell myself. Tracy, write to me.
I will.
Yeah, please do. You just hit on something. You don't sell yourself. May I say this? You influence people to buy you.
I like that.
Yeah, and because you have something to sell. You have something. You sell your smile. You sell your ability to dance or sing or
Knowledge.
Authentic self.
knowledge. Yeah.
Knowledge.
And this is another thing what Robert and Aaron said. Okay, your resume. Say, for instance, you're just starting out and you don't have a resume, not a work resume, but an acting resume. The very first thing that you can put down there is special skills. What are special skills? There are talents that you developed over time. Some of my students have been horseback riding. Okay, very good ones. Okay, another person was former student of mine was an axe thrower. She didn't tell me it for 2 years. Well, I throw an axe, David, and I can hit, this little woman. I can throw this axe and it'll hit almost every time it'll go right into the tree. I go, and you didn't tell me this? It's like, don't hide your light. Let it shine for all. That's a scripture. But let it shine, What are you good at? And if you don't know, because usually we're too close to ourselves, do you whistle good? Do you blow bubble gum? Simple things that people can use in a movie. Okay. Some of my students and people that I know in the industry are stuntmen. Okay. They make themselves known. You've got to do that. Your special skills. Make sure though that you know how to do them. If you can speak Spanish fluently, and they ask you, you better be ready. Okay. Whatever it is, but don't shortchange yourself. I think that's the right word.
That's correct.
Thank you. Mackie Sticks, you have to open a door to see what's inside. Absolutely. Mackie Sticks, I challenge you, open some doors tomorrow or tonight. Do something crazy. Okay. Not too crazy, but you know what I mean. Creative. Latasha, just because you don't fit their vision doesn't mean you did anything wrong. No, it means that, see, this is a good thing. God gave you a vision for your life, a dream, right? Because he gave it to you, Not everybody's going to get it. Not even your better half. Not everybody's going to get it. Now, here's the thing. People don't have to understand you, because sometimes they don't. But one thing they can always do is appreciate you. Appreciating someone is so much easier. Thank you so much for coming. You did very well. We'll be in touch.
Better than underestimating somebody.
Exactly. Overestimate. Very good. See, all this stuff, you think about this for a minute.
Underestimate.
But I know, but I did the opposite. But
that's good. You should.
The idea is this. You're here because you expect something. Expectation is faith, or it's fear. But it's what do you expect? Have you ever written down what you expect? Acting, singing, dancing. You know what that basically is? Stand up. I have students there do stand up. Basically, what that is? It's psychological. Proverbs, I forgot. But as you believe, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he, so he becomes. You become that.
Yes. Yes.
Amen.
You know that one.
The first time I ever saw, when I was just young, okay, and my high school math teacher, he looked like a math problem. I am so serious. I sat there and looked at him. His face was filled with questions, question mark all over, like the Riddler, okay? And I thought, I went home and I go, Mom, my math teacher looks like a math problem. She laughed so hard because,
you failed that year.
No, I passed, but the idea
I failed when my math teacher hated me.
When you look at your, now listen, when you go to the mirror, guys, this applies to you too. Women are really good at it, but look in the mirror and ask yourself, what kind of actor am I? In other words, what kind of roles could I play? First, you don't start up here. You start with what casting directors see first until you start talking to them. They see your face. They see your face. Okay. And then when you express yourself, which is emotion, that's movement, then they get to know more of you. So what you go in with, you better know, at least in part, what kind of person you are. No, just, and here's another thing, because some people think about this. So some people believe this, okay? And I've heard it, and I try to redirect them if they're redirectable. But all I need is an agent, and I'm good. All I need is good headshots. Okay. Have you ever had a headshot? Do you know what entails a headshot? It's not like a regular picture or a selfie. A good photographer will bring out the essence of who you are. Okay. You take anybody, I don't know, Reese Witherspoon, cute little face, cute little smile, nose and everything. You think for 1 minute she doesn't know what she looks like? She knows what she looks like. Yeah. You've got to know what you look like. I know this sounds silly. Okay. But write to me and, I'll be able to help you out more, maybe. These are fascinating questions, guys. Really, they are. Never sell yourself short. True. Now, Tracy said this. Jim Carrey wrote himself a $20 million check and put it in his wallet. That's belief. He said that he did not stop going after it until he was paid that much for a performance. He cashed that several checks over. I think it had to do with the mask. I'm not sure.
Yes.
But yeah. And so here's something you can do. He acted on what he believed. Okay. Now I know checks are old school. Okay. But if you happen to have them lying around, okay, something. Because I'll tell you right now, I could say so much, but there's only 5 minutes left. But I got to tell you something, but you can write to me. Well, David, here's the wrong way. I'm going to say this. Here's the wrong way to assess things. Well, next week, I'm going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm going to have $1 million in the bank. Immediately, and I'm talking about men.
I have to interrupt.
What?
This is cool. And every one of you classmates of mine should do the same. Now,
what?
Now, let me see the date.
Probably going to steal what I was going to say, but go ahead.
I'm sorry, sir, but I just think this is really cool because I know there's been other people that have actually been able to cash it. Now, when I started acting, and it's only 5 years ago, okay, I'm 72 right now, but 73 this year.
Wow.
Cool.
Okay, I've been acting since I started with 9/9. Now, I wrote a check, and it's check number 2.
Okay, that's cool.
And the date is 2023 08/08. Now, there's a significance because I wrote that check to myself on my birthday that with the account that I just opened to handle anything that had to do with acting. Let me tell you, I got more credits than I have debits. No, pardon me, the other way around. I've got more debits than credits. So that means I've spent a lot more than what I've made, but I have prepaid myself with check number 2 for $1 million.
Holy cow.
And then the memo on my check
It's a man who believes.
says success.
Awesome.
And I signed it.
Wow.
Amen. I love
That's-
it. I love it. You know,
And I keep it on my fridge because I'm constantly there. And I see that every day, all the time, 10 times a day.
okay.
And I got to tell you, that's what inspires you. You say, holy shit, I got $1 million coming to me. All I got to do is get it in the bank.
You are not your age, Robert Naren. You are not your age.
What? Hey. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, and that's whatever. It's something that keeps you going. The same
It's
as
true.
you, David.
It's
When
true.
you said, okay,
Yeah.
when you always say, the first thing that really caught me was this exact subject.
What?
Rejection is not anything else but redirection. And that is the words that have stuck in my head ever since the first day I caught your first class.
Cool.
So I'm just saying that, not to you, David. You've already got a big head. Hey, anyways, I just got to say to all the kids, write yourself a check.
I'll verify what he said. Write yourself a check. Do something. Okay. We learn by repetition. This is what we learn. Make it really simple. Okay. Acting. And again, write to me. Seriously, everybody.
Oh, I will.
David@gmail.com. But acting is repetition. Anything you want to learn, you can learn by repetition, whatever it is. Now, here's the thing. If you stop, and by the way, trying is not doing, because if you're trying, you're not doing. Doing is doing. Okay. But if you stop, you'll stop learning. You'll stop growing. You can make all the excuses in the world, but at the end, you look in the mirror and you know, because everybody has a conscience. You know that you could have done this or that. Don't do that to yourself. And it's going to be hard sometimes. It's going to be challenging. That just means you need more prayer, and you need people that, like on 9/9, that can help you, that know a little bit more than you do. That's all it means.
Wow,
Amen.
this is such great information.
I
Wow.
love all of it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
2
Thank you,
mirrors in
David.
the hall. 2 mirrors in the hall. I got to put that on YouTube because it's
Thank you
good.
again,
But
Coach
it's 2
David.
minutes.
Listen, I gotta wrap this up. Sorry.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
David.
Love you, brother.
Have a great evening,
Thank you,
everyone.
David.
Bye.
Peace be with you.
Thanks, David.
Thanks,
You know how to
David.
reach me.
Never
Nice
mind.
evening. Appreciate
All right.
it.
I'm
Thanks,
gonna let
David.
everybody go. Get
At
some
never
rest.
mind.
Good care of yourself. I
All
expect to
right.
hear from
Thank you. Good night.
All right. All right. Bye bye.
Love ya.
Bye-bye, David.
Love you guys.